with it, and the layup will rattle home. Jack Riley picks the pocket of B.J. Bradford up the floor to Jack Hostreiter. Watch out! Orfisi in the lane, kicks it out. 3-ball, Townsley, right wing, it's good!
Coverage of the Nebraska State Basketball Tournament is presented by App Foundation Repair, the NDOT Highway Safety Office, Roofing Service Company, High Electric, Southeast Community College, Members-Owned Credit Union, Union Bank and Trust, Mosaic, Dome University, A1 Automotive, the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, Platte Valley Equipment, and Supreme Spa and Pool. Now calling all the action from Pinnacle Bank Arena, here's Nick Sainer.
Day one at the boys state tournament about ready to wrap up as we have reached our final game of the day between the numbers 3 seed, the Gretna Dragons, coming in with a 19-4 record, and the 6 seed, the Lincoln Southeast Knights, and their 16-9 mark here in the 2023 campaign. Good evening, everybody. Welcome into Pinnacle Bank Arena. Nick Sainer and Jay Foreman joining you. Jay, man, there's been an upset in the Big Ten tournament. Can we see an upset on the floor?
Well, you could, but I think when we look at these two teams, they're evenly matched. They played earlier this year to a 1-point victory by Gretna. One thing I'll point out about Southeast is that every team that they lost to earlier in the year, they've been able to get a little bit of revenge. They got beat up at prep during the year, got them back, finished out the year and beaten North Star. And so they're looking to continue along. They're on a 4-game win streak, and even though it's their first time in the state tournament since 2014, they're looking to capitalize on it. They got a tremendously talented team, great size, and then obviously you got the experience and toughness from Gretna, well coached, and a young team as themselves. They only have 3 seniors, and then a lot of their big time players are juniors. So yeah. I think it's going to be the first 4 or 5 minutes is going to tell you a lot about this game, but I think it's going to go right down to the wire.
It is the second straight year that I should say Gretna has been in the tournament. They suffered a loss in the semis last year, but here they are once again. And as Jay mentioned, not a whole lot of size. That's somewhere in this game that I think Southeast obviously has advantage. And you look, their tallest player that they're going to send out there at any point of the game is a 6'3" junior forward in Alec Wilkins. Everybody else is 6'2", 6'1", 5'11", 5'10". They do have a 6'6" guy on their roster. Doesn't play a whole lot, just averaging 2.9 points per game. Right. Whereas you look at Lincoln Southeast, they have a guy by the name of Bangad Dak, a 6'9" senior, averaging 11 points per game for the Knights. That's somewhere that I see down in the paint, Southeast could have an advantage.
I think Southeast is going to go as far as long as BD, as they like to call him, goes, and also Wade Voss, right? Wade Voss has got to be efficient. He's got to catch the ball inside, and he's got to finish. Then you look at Gretna. They got Roselle, who's actually 6'3", and can cause some problems. Then conversely, you know what you're going to get with Gretna. They got tremendous guard play, and Wilkins is their third option. But Roselle has got to not only be good on the defensive end, but the offensive end. And here's why: is the way that Southeast plays defense and the way that Gretna that can attack you out on the perimeter is going to open up opportunity for him. So he has to be efficient and he has to be aggressive. But then on defense, he has to be aggressive, but he can't get in foul trouble early because the size factor that Southeast has, both in height but in width. You got to think Jake Hickelman's 6'5", but he's probably their best overall player, tremendously physical. Go with Wade Voss, BD, and then a host of other players that can play different styles. And that's what I think Southeast causes a lot of problems, whereas they can play a half-court game, full-court game, and they can throw different body types at you, whereas Gretna, the first 5 is probably what you see is what you get, and so they got to play tremendously well.
Gretna, fortunate to be here after they suffered a district final upset loss to Lincoln North Star, who we saw earlier today at 1:30. They lost to Bellevue West in the first game, but Gretna had enough wild card points, and they are still the 3 seed here in the state tournament. But like I said, fortunate enough to be here because they did not win their district final. So Gretna is here, 19-4 on the year. Southeast as well for the 22nd time in school history, led by head coach Joey Warning, while the Gretna Dragons led by head coach Brad Feakin. Let's go ahead and run through the starting lineups for both sides. Let's first start with the Gretna Dragons. They'll send out a 6'3" junior forward, averaging 9.8 points per game, Alec Wilkins, a 6'6" senior, Jeffrey Roselle, a 6'1" junior guard, Tyler Smolinski, number 24, a 6'1" junior, Alex Wilcoxon. And then the man that you'll probably hear his name the most for this Gretna Dragons team, stormed onto the scene as a freshman a couple years ago, a 6'1" junior guard, averaging 15 points per game, can light it up from multiple spots on the floor. Number 23, Landon Pekorski.
Yeah, they got a great backcourt there. Two juniors that have been playing on varsity since freshman. When you look at them, you come out there, they're tough, they're well built, they play well off of each other. They both can handle the ball, so any type of pressure they can, piggyback off of each other. And they're both really good at spot-up shooters, mid-range shooters, and they play tremendously hard. So all night long, if I'm Southeast, I'm trying to find out what 23 and 24 is, and I'm trying to make sure both of them don't have a tremendous game. If we can keep them around their average and maybe take out Wilkins or Roselle, I feel that Southeast has the advantage. Now, if 23 and 24, Wilcoxon and Pekorski get off, it's going to be a hard night, because here's why. When they are able to get off, they're able to control the tempo. And Southeast wants to play an up-tempo, get you to kind of play their type of game. Yeah. And whoever gets the other team to play more like they want to play definitely has the advantage tonight.
Starting five for head coach Joey Warning and Lincoln Southeast, once again making their 22nd appearance at the state tournament in school history. First time since 2014, though, this team has made it back to the state the state tournament. They had an upset win on the road in the district final as well over Creighton Prep, 47-42 on the road. And I'll say this, not a whole lot of there's a little bit of pressure on Lincoln Southeast, because they are Lincoln's, the capital city's final chance to advance to the semis.
Yeah, they're the last team standing. It's the last game of the night, and so there is a little bit of pressure. But then also you got to think, of all the Lincoln teams, Lincoln Southeast had the most preseason prep, the most preseason pressure.
They were also the city champs during the regular
season city champs. They had some highs, some lows, some kind of lulls there, but they were able to pull it together and win 4 in a row and go up to Creighton Prep, a place that they lost earlier in the year when they didn't play well, and play probably one of their best and most complete game in a winner-take-all, in the sense of if one of them lost, they weren't getting in as a wild card. So, that takes, a lot of team building and chemistry to do it. So Southeast is looking at this as a tremendous opportunity to show, in Lincoln, they are the best team. They've been the best regular season team. And you think when they beat North Star to win the city championship regular season, North Star had their number. North Star was probably the better team coming into that game, and Southeast pretty much controlled that game from tip to finish. And so they're playing with a lot of confidence right now, and it's going to be interesting to see how these teams counteract each other, because they play such different styles.
Yeah.
And what did they learn from the first game of each other, and how they're playing right now? Gretna losing to North Star couldn't have sat well. How did they approach in practice, and how did they get better to get ready for a state championship run? And Southeast, do they just be okay with getting here, or do they take advantage of it? We're about to get busy right now, here.
The starting five for Lincoln Southeast: Mari Shoemaker, Ban Goddak, Wade Voss, Jake Hilkeman, and Henry Woods. Lincoln Southeast wearing their black uniforms with gold lettering and numbering, and Gretna, the home whites, with green lettering and numbering, and that big G Gretna logo on the left side of their short. It's going to be Roselle and Dak to tip things off in the Southeast Knights. And Van God Dak are off and rolling as they win the tip. This is going to be number 5. Tay Moore will be out there as well for them. Now, top of the key, Mari Shoemaker. I should say no Henry Woods out there in the starting 5. It's going to be Mari Shoemaker, and Tay Moore taking his spot floater to get things going. No good for Lincoln Southeast. And here comes Wilkins on the right side. Wilkins driving right side, steps back. Now Roselle, left side. This is Wilcoxon with it. Top of the key, Wilkins. Pekorski yet to get a touch. They throw it left side in the lane, in traffic. Shot blocked by Dak. Roselle gets the offensive rebound. Shot clock did not reset. Roselle back up strong with it and airballs the floater.
You see right there, Ben got Doc, even on the offensive series, he got a good shot, just kind of a little bit strong off the back of the rim. But what he does defensively is he protects the rim. When he's coming into the game with 58 blocks, those are game-changing blocks. There's not another player besides Wade Voss that has double digits. And so what he's able to do, especially if he stays out of foul trouble, protect the rim, run the court, and he's a 3-level scorer. So he is going to be a big key for Lincoln Southeast.
So here's Gretna's just underway here. First quarter, right side Wilkins kicks it out. Pekorski on the right side, spins, kicks, top of the key. Now left wing, this is Wilcoxon with it. Working on Tamor, steps back, hesitates for a moment. Now gives it to Roselle. Out to Wilkins, to Pekorski. We're under 10 seconds on the shot clock. 8-7 and counting. Pekorski steps back. 3-ball on the way, and it rattles around and out for number 22, Tyler Smolinski. And here come the Knights back in transition. Tamor driving in the lane. Moore, floater up, off back iron, tipped around and taken away by Roselle for Gretna.
And you see what Gretna is doing. They are sending everybody to the defensive boards because of the height differential, what they have. So they're trying to eliminate Southeast to one shot. You see what Southeast is doing is trying to run right off of the break. And now looking defensively, Wade Voss, their second leading shot blocker, pins it off the backboard. Yeah. Bangor Doc has it at the top of the key. Now he's trying to establish himself from his physical presence.
And he does with a nice little right-handed floater from the left side of the rim. And it's 2-0 Lincoln Southeast. Once again, the Knights, the 6th seed, Gretna, the 3 seed. 5:50 to go. First quarter, right side. Here's Wilkins with it. Guarded by Hilkeman, who's into the game now for Lincoln Southeast. Top of the key. Here's Pekorski, drives off the glass just a little too strong and high.
Been a foul there. There was a lot of body contact by Jake Hilkeman there on the drive there by Pekorski that wasn't called. It knocked him off of his flight to drive. And one thing you want to see here for Gretna, right, with the size differential, when or if they go to a zone type of defense, which has hurt Southeast at times for long periods of times in games during the season, or do they try to stick to man-to-man? Because that's exactly what Southeast wants.
Pick and pop for Bangor Dak. He now passes out of it to Maury Shoemaker. Back out to Dak on the right wing. Now Tamor, far side. He drives, stops at the elbow, pulls up the mid-range jam. He got it. 4-0 Lincoln Southeast on a nice little jumper there by Tamor. But Pekorski trying to push the pace, finds Wilcoxon on the logo, working on Tamor. Left side, Smolinski to Wilkins in the far corner. Now to Roselle on the left wing. He drives, takes a couple dribbles, kicks it back out to Pekorski. On the elbow, takes a dribble, back out, Smolinski, 3-ball, and that one rattles around and down, and it's 4-3, Lincoln Southeast on the three-pointer by Tyler Smolinski.
Yes, it's Gretna with the experience knows that they got to play a full 4 quarters, and good pass by Bangor, big dunk by Wade Voss right there.
Great find by Bangor Dak on the far side, got it to Wade Voss, who was cutting to the rim, and he finished it with 2 hands. It's 6-3 Lincoln Southeast. Here's Smolinski, drives baseline, spins around, back to the perimeter. Roselle now at the elbow, working on Voss. Roselle kicks to Pekorski, working on Tamor, denies the screen. Now Pekorski in the lane, floater over the top of Wade Voss, and it goes for Landon Pekorski.
It's going to be interesting to see the first time out as Gretna's head coach is going to implore that Roselle becomes aggressive, because right now the guys that are more aggressive is Southeast big guys. Wade Voss missed the bunny right there, but again, the quality of shots that Southeast has been getting early in this game has to be alarming for Gretna. Now, Gretna has the lead, but ultimately you have got to get out of man-to-man defense if you're not going to defend or extend your defense on the perimeter.
Landon Pekorski scores on another floater, so it's going to be 7-6 Dragons with the lead over Lincoln Southeast. Kick out, Dak at the top of the key, kind of did a jab, now a 3-ball, Dak no good, and the rebound caroms out to Smolinski, who passes it off to Pekorski. Pekorski with it on the right wing. Dribbling a couple times is Pekorski, picks it up, gets doubled, and now it's ripped away out of his hands by Bangor Dak. In transition we go. Southeast has numbers, and it's going to be fouled by Tyler Smolinski as Dak probably should have just kept going to the rim, but he was going to give it up.
Go to the rim or give it to reward your big man. You know, BD he's a big man, so you want to be rewarded when you run a rim to rim. Wade Voss did a really good job after BD got the steal of running the court. We had a 2-on-1 fast break. You would have liked, if I'm a Southeast coach, I want to see us cash in on that. 2 points and finishing layups, making shots that you easily can make, especially with the height differential, are going to be crucial in this game.
3:17 to go, first quarter. It'll be inbound underneath the Knights bucket. They get it in. BJ Bradford into the game for the first time. 3-ball on the way, just a little too strong by Tamor. It'll go out of bounds. Last touch by Lincoln Southeast. Gretna Dragon basketball.
A little interesting tidbit here. Coach Feakin brought in Cade Cook, a 6'6 junior who hasn't played much all year, but to give a little bit of a break, a size differential, just to get some rebounding and buy some minutes. So it's going to be interesting to see when he brings Smolinski back in, or does he try to get all the way to the second quarter?
We have a foul down low. It'll be on the floor, charged to Lincoln Southeast. It'll be on number 2, B.J. Bradford, the sophomore guard. Once also into the game for Lincoln Southeast, Dang Geet.
Yeah, I mean, the Lincoln Southeast has a little bit deeper bench than Gretna, and that's what you see. You see B.J. Bradford in. You see Get in there, and then you'll see a host of other guys that'll come in there. You might see a little bit of a Trey Gray and guys like that. So what you're seeing here is Southeast trying to crank up the pressure and wear down Gretna right away.
Wilkins gets the offensive rebound in the putback, so 9-6 Gretna with 2:39 to play. Get 3 ball on the way off back iron, no good, and Wilkins skies high for the defensive rebound. I will say, Jay, as you mentioned, hold on one second, I guess, as Will Coxon crosses over, kicks out to Roselle, 3 ball on the way, just a little strong, and B.J. Bradford collects the miss. Watch on the offensive glass, depending on the shot, obviously. Lincoln Southeast not many people to the boards when you think they would with this height advantage.
Right, when Lincoln Southeast is playing well, they are moving the basketball. Right now, they start out some games really moving it really well, then now they're going one pass, one shot, and trying to go one-on-one basketball. That plays right into a team like Gretna that's going to be disciplined, so they're going to check out and rebound and team rebound. So that's where you're seeing they're not able to get anybody to the offensive glass because it's one pass and shot. And that was a good comeback there by Southeast. They passed it 3 or 4 times. Jake Hickelman passed up a shot that he easily can make. BD got it in. Now he's at the free throw line. So Southeast has to be able to self-scout themselves and constantly remind themselves team basketball, extra pass, extra cut, the fundamentals, because when they do that, that's when their offensive output goes from mid-50s or high 40s, mid-50s to the 60s and 70s, and they're hard to beat once they get over that 65 threshold.
So Dak, first free throw was good, second one just off front iron, no dice, and it's 9-7 Gretna here with 2:02 to play in the first quarter. Pekorski on the left wing bounces it, or I should say passes it left side to Will Coxon, now to Smolinski, who's back into the game after a brief rest. Pekorski with the top of the key, back to Smolinski on the right wing. Will Coxon, guarded by B.J. Bradford. Will Coxon drives, spin move, shot fake, puts it up, and we're going to have a foul called. And if that's going to be on B.J. Bradford, that will be number 2. And it is.
Yeah,
that's number 2 for number 2, B.J. Bradford.
If I'm Southeast Coach Joey Waring, I'm not too worried about it, but, he's going to have to sub in and get Mari Shoemaker in there because B.J. Bradford is a three-point shooter. If he gets hot, he can hit 2 or 3 or 4 threes in a row. So, granted, 2 quick fouls, you don't want to see it. A little bit over-aggressive, a little bit overzealous, but he has backups in depth. So then it's not too much of a paramount for him to continue to play BJ until a little bit later in the second quarter.
So here's Wilkins in the near corner, spin move on Get in the lane. Wilkins turnaround, tough shot, and a better finish by Alec Wilkins gives Gretna a 4-point lead, 11-7. So here is Southeast with the basketball. Tay Moore.
A little bit of an inverted 1-3-1 zone here by Gretna with Cade Cook, a 6'6" junior, up at top. So what they're doing is actually their 2s and 3s, or for Gretna, are probably their best rebounders and most athletic. So what they're doing is trying to what they did right there with the size of Cade Cook, they are allowing his height to cause problems.
Now a turnover in favor of the Knights, and they slam it home with 2 hands with Van Dak.
Yes, that gets the Southeast crowd, the Southeast student section, up in arms. 2 big dunks by Southeast right there.
That's a standing dunk by Van Dak, as well as the floater by Pekorski rims out. But we have a foul on the floor, charged to Wade Voss.
Yeah, it was on Cade Cook there. Going for it. It was a good physical play. Him and Wade Voss were going for the rebound. Well, actually, it was on Wade Voss, which I'm not sure if that was who it was on. It looked like he had a pretty good box out, but like offensive fouls, the extension of the right arm made it look like you were pushing off. But you got to give Cade Cook, who hasn't played a lot, giving Roselle a little bit of a breather, has been active. I mentioned the possession before. He's at the top of the 1-3-1, so his size is trying to confuse the smaller guards at Southeast. He got a hand on it, got a steal. Ultimately, Gretna gave it right back up, led to the big dunk by BD. But look for Gretna to try to confuse this Southeast offense by zone, matchup zones, and they might throw in a little bit of three-quarter court, full court press.
Less than 30 seconds to go, first quarter. I want to get back to that Gretna defense here in a moment. Maybe we can do that during the quarter break. But here's Pekorski on the top of the key. Less than 20 seconds. Shot clock is turned off here for Landon Pekorski and company. Isaiah Curry, a senior forward, also into the game for the Dragons, wearing number 11 for Gretna. Pekorski, 6 seconds on the clock. Drives, floater off the glass, no good. And rebound being fought for. There's the horn. And at the end of the first quarter, your score, the Gretna Dragons 11, Lincoln Southeast 9 here in the Class A quarterfinal from Pinnacle Bank Arena. We'll be back in 60 seconds. You're listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements.
At Doane University, you can play a sport you love and also receive a world-class education. You'll learn leadership skills on and off the court that will set you up for success long after graduation. Doane isn't a place where you get lost. It's a place to get found, and it's a place where your future is uniquely yours. Learn more about the endless possibilities at Doane University today at doane.edu.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
So, Jay, I want to talk about having a big body like Cade Cook at 6'6" at the top of the key. How much more difficult that is for an offense, because a lot of times we'll see in the perimeter guards just kind of throw over the head passes, just kind of lob it over the defenders. You can't do that with a 6'6" guy.
6'6" and extremely long arms. He's actually pretty athletic. So what they're trying to do is getting to the passing lanes and actually make the smaller Southeast guards use more loft on it. They're paid dividends right away. It'll be interesting to see if Gretna goes back to it or they just use it as a kind of an off-speed pitch per se, if it's a baseball analogy.
So now Wilcoxon on the turnaround gets fouled on the jumper. I think that might have been the right call there because that shot missed pretty badly, and Wilcoxon's not that type of guy that will miss it by
he's
4 or
pretty
5
efficient.
feet.
He's a guard that can go down and actually post you up, and then when he had his turnaround jumper there, for it to be not only come up extremely short, but the trajectory was off, and that's what the refs are looking. It was a tight physical play. What it seems like they're going to let him play. But when it's an obvious foul like that, I know you want to play defense and think it's a block shot, but when you're getting him on the elbow and the body, that affects the trajectory of the shot.
So 13-9 after the 2. Alex Wilcoxon free throws. Lincoln Southeast trails by 4.
Right back to the 1-3-1.
Yep.
Here's what they're doing. You see with Cade Cook, he is trying to make them a right side, right-handed team. They must have seen something in their scouting report that they aren't a very good team when they're going to the right. But
nice dump off by Van Dak.
They get it into BD, and he dumps it off to Wade Voss. And look, anytime Southeast has played well late in the year and went on their run of 4 games in a row, Wade Voss has been extremely active, 8 to 12 to 14 points per game. It must be something that Joey Warning has really seen, that we got to get Wade Voss going early because then he plays well late.
8.5 per game for Wade Voss over the course of the season. Van Dak turnaround, no good. Rebound corralled by Cade Cook.
A little bit of a tough shot there for BD. There was a lot of traffic there, and I think Cade Cook, look, even though he's not 6'9" like BD, he has long arms. So anytime that you're getting somebody in your face and a bigger kid, it's going to affect the way you shoot. You'd like to see Southeast have a good defensive stop, being down by 2, to move the ball a little bit, not just pass it in and take a difficult shot.
Cade Cook in the far corner. Pekorski now. You don't want to leave him open from 3 as that one hits front iron. No good.
Great
rebound there by number 22, Smolowski. And now a layup from the left side of the rim with the right hand by Pekorski.
That is huge. They've been sending guys kind of, behind the back of Southeast defenders on the offense or the defensive side of the ball. You saw it on the offensive side come in. Great rebound. Give it to Pekorski. Finish it at the rim. That is almost a bonus of 4 points, Nick. You give up an offensive rebound, and then you get 2 points out of it.
Mari Shoemaker's jumper no good, but Wade Voss is there to collect the miss.
That was Jake Hickelman who, quiet as kept, he's been Southeast's most consistent and most reliable player. They don't run a lot of sets for him, but he's always scoring points and coming up with big rebounds. He's always in the right place, in the right time, kind of a Johnny on the spot.
So here's Wilcoxon with it on the left side, working on Maury Shoemaker. Top of the key, Pekorski. Now they'll switch Shoemaker onto Pekorski, who gets his pocket picked by Shoemaker. It's a one-on-one break. Southeast has numbers. Layup, no good. But we have a foul called on the Gretna Dragons. And I think, honestly, that looked like a lot of ball there.
I was just about to say that was a lot of ball with no body.
Yeah.
And it was actually a really good job by Smolinski of getting back, timing his jump, actually palming the ball as he was kind of jumping out of bounds. I think sometimes when you see that, it was such a clean block that you'd almost be – sometimes referees are predetermined to call it. Now, look, I always feel like if you're not giving them free layups and Amari Schumacher steps up and front rims the first free throw, it's actually a good foul versus just giving him 2 points in a 2-point game. You're trying to set the mindset of we're not going to give you nothing easy, even though you did a really good job on defense. Pitpock and Perkowski, we're going to make you earn it at the free throw line to eliminate any type of run or confidence that you have.
Shoemaker's second free throw on the way. Both of them missed.
That was actually a really good foul.
Yeah, empty trip for Lincoln Southeast. They trail by 2. Here's Gretna on the left side, Pekorski. Now to Wilcoxon, right side, Smolinski. Guarded by Shoemaker, Now in the lane, Pekorski off the glass, no good. He had to kind of make that one an acrobatic attempt because you had 6'9" Ben got Dak in the lane with you. If you were Pekorski, left side. Here's BJ Bradford, kicks it back out to the logo and Shoemaker.
Gretna back in that 1-3-1.
Hilkeman 3-ball, just a little too strong, and the rebound corralled by the Gretna Dragons defense and Smolinski. And we have a Brad Feakin timeout, and Feakin is not happy
for the simple fact that they got their pocket picked, right? Because he likes disciplined players. He wants tough players. But then also they didn't move the ball, and the spacing on offense hasn't been what Gretna's used to playing. But I'm going to tell you this. Vanguard Dak is causing problems on the offensive end when they're trying to drive in there. You don't realize how big he is. Now, we're here on the, sitting down here courtside. He's a legit 6'9". Yeah. He looks like he has an 8-foot wingspan. So he's 8. Even if you try to kiss it high off the glass, he's changing the trajectory of your shot because he's so long and he can jump. And so he's extremely athletic. I'm going to tell you something about Vanguard Dak. He had a tremendous summer last year. Jumped on the scene as far as college recruiters and teams looking at him. He continued it this year when you think he's averaging 11 points and 12 points and 10 rebounds, 58 blocks, 24 steals, 27 assists. He's an all-around player in how he goes, how Southeast goes.
So out of the timeout, it's Gretna basketball. Landon Pekorski with it across the timeline. 4:47 to play, second quarter. Oh. Now Roselle in the lane off the glass. Just too strong, but he tips the rebound out right into the hands of the Southeast Knights and Jake Hilke.
Yeah, it's one of the tips that we had before. Roselle has to be aggressive just to keep him honest, right? You don't want to be a kind of 4-on-5 out there. It was a good play coming out of the timeout. Just a little strong off the backboard. Now BJ Bradford, what we talked about, had 2 quick fouls. Comes back off the bench. Great sub by Joey Werning and hits the 3. Now Southeast takes the 1-point lead.
16-15 Knights in the lane. Smolinski misses it, and the rebound corralled by Wade Voss. Southeast trying to push the pace. Inside, Hilkeman off the glass. It's blocked. Dak gets it back. Second attempt, he's fouled. And Vanguard Dak will go to the line to shoot 2 shots.
Look, this is going to be a battle here. You're well into the game with 4 minutes left in the second quarter. So the big game jitters are out, and you kind of know what you're facing. They faced each other earlier this year. Everybody's into the game. It's going to be back and forth, and it's going to come down to the team that can stick to their guns and play their game. Southeast wants to get up and down the court. Generally, they like to one pass and get the ball up. They'd like to be high flyers, play with high pressure. A lot of guys rolling in. Gretna wants to be more disciplined and a very efficient team. Southeast's defense and length, I think, more than anything, has really got them off kilter, and they're down by 1 when normally you think that Gretna would have control of this game because of the shots they've been getting. Their spacing hasn't adjusted to it because when you're facing a team with extreme length compared to you have to spread the court so you can get some more angles and create some open shots.
Dak goes 1 of 2 at the line at 17-15. Lincoln Southeast with a 2-point lead. We're under 4 minutes to go until the halftime break. Right side, here's Cade Cook. It's a screen left from Pekorski. Left side, now Smolinski. Dribbles to the top of the key. Right side, Roselle. 17-15, Roselle driving in. That's going to be a walk for Roselle. And he's trying to say he did not move his pivot foot. I think it might be more of looked awkward because it didn't look like he gained any ground on it.
Yeah, Gretna's been in the state tournament for 3 years in a row. Yeah. And Roselle has been out there. He started from a bench player. He started last year. He actually had a good tournament last year. He has not started the game with the right type of intensity and aggressiveness that the Gretna Dragons would like. He has got to turn his game on because you're almost halfway through the game. 1 shot attempt, 2 turnovers, and maybe 1 rebound. 6'6" and being athletic, he's got to start to be aggressive against this big lineup at Southeast.
So now here's Hill coming in the paint. Could have just turned around and had a good look at it at the rim, but instead, B.J. Bradford, nice dump off the deck with a 2-hand slam. And Lincoln Southeast is up by 4, 19-15.
Yeah, what the Lincoln Southeast is doing is they're breaking down the left wing in this 1-3-1 zone that had paid off for the Gretna Dragons and then dumping it off with their 2 big guys driving and diving. And so that's what they want to do, get you in a one-on-one situation, create the gaps, and get those big guys, Wade Voss and Bangad Dak, getting up not only off the rim, but trying to bring the house down with some big slams.
Pekorski, 3-ball left wing, got it, and he silences the Southeast student section.
Pekorski right there, and Coach Keenan is exactly, they're making adjustments, but when you're a really good, efficient shooter, a jump shooter, and extremely physical, and what that was set up by Nick was his ability to come off a side screen. They call it an Allen Iverson cut. Get his shoulder square. He had about a foot or 2 of space, hand down, man down, take the 3 out the net. Now, Gretna, let's see what they do coming out of this timeout, right? Yeah. Do they stick with the 1-3-1 that kind of was, they're about 50% paying, good and versus bad, or do they go back and man-to-man defense, or better yet, do they try to go more of a 2-3 defense, considering you play 2-3 defense against a taller team, and to make so you can help them on the rebound. So it'd be interesting to see what these Gretna Dragons do, because I think the more things that they could possibly throw at Southeast could slow them down right now. Right now, Southeast is doing a really, really good job of being patient. When they are patient, they're scoring every time, driving and diving. Wade Voss, Bangad Dak are destroying them on the boards and bringing the house down with some jams.
Husker game about ready to tip off from Chicago. Here's Southeast. B.J. Bradford hits a trifecta from the left wing. That was a deep one, Jay.
That was a deep 3. One thing about B.J. Bradford, once he gets going, a little bit of a flat shot, but once he gets going and he's feeling confident, he hits them in bunches. And Gretna's got to be able to get out on him and not let him get a clean look. And so what they didn't do right there, they didn't think, it's so deep he won't shoot it. B.J. Bradford will pull it from the parking lot.
Here's top of the key, Wilkins. Now Pekorski on the right wing, steps back, gets the shot fake, and he can't hit the jumper. So now it's going to be out of bounds. Last touch by Gretna.
I'm not sure about that. It looked like Dane Gatt went over the back of Wilkins and tried to rebound it, but knocked it out of bounds. The referee saw it differently. He had a better angle than us, but from the angle I looked at, it looked like it should have been Gretna's ball.
1:55 to play. Second quarter, B.J. Bradford with the bounce pass to the logo, and Taymor. Lincoln Southeast leads by 4, 22-18. Taymor with it, top of the key. Passes right side to Gitt. Now back to Moore, to Voss, back to Dane Geets. Now 3-ball on the way, off back iron, no good. Rebound caroms out
to Will have Coxon. Numbers. Will Coxon
kicks it out to Wilkins. Now back out, Pekorski, 3-ball right wing, good line, and it hits.
From Gretna, from the city line of Gretna, that's where he hit it. Pekorski said, "I'm here, young ladies and gentlemen, from deep, way downtown." Bang!
And now we have a timeout.
Joey Warning said, "Listen here, we got to get on that man. Get on that masked man from Gretna, okay? He might be a dragon, but he got a heart of a lion because he pulled up where there was no question asked." Nick, I'm going to tell you, when that happens and you got a 3-point shooter out of there, you give the effort knowing dang well he's going to be out of the bottom of the net. Yeah. So now, look, this is a back-and-forth game. This is the best game that we've had so far.
100%.
Right?
In Class A, actually.
In Class A. Okay, in Class A.
D1 had a double overtime matchup this morning.
This is 2 teams that went at it up in Gretna. Southeast wants payback. They've been playing really well as far on the offense. They've been playing – first of all, both teams have played well, right?
Yeah.
Southeast has actually gotten better going against the zone, driving and diving, which plays to their personnel, right? So what I mean by that, normally teams like, okay, we got to get better at outside shooting. Well, Southeast says, look, we're maybe not the best outside shooting team, so we're going to go drive and dive, which will set up a B.J. Armstrong or B.J. Bradford for 2 deep threes, but we're going to go to what we've done best. Bangad Dak and Wade Voss. Wade Voss was open in a little pin down right there. He could have had the second dunk of the night. It's 4. That would have been almost a state record by the second quarter, Nick.
3 ball on the way. Hilkeman misses it badly, air ball, and so it's 22-21. Gretna going the other way now. Wilcoxon slows it down. Now Giddy up again. Pekorski on the right wing. Step back. Maybe got pushed. Now Wilcoxon, his 3-point shot blocked. Van Dak dives into the scores table, and it's saved to the Gretna Dragons. Pekorski, top of the key, kicks it out, and we have a foul called on Taymor.
That was like the 3rd foul in a row. I mean, I like physical play, but the one thing, if I'm Brad Feakin, coach of the Gretna Dragons, I am talking to the refs about Southeast guards riding my players while we're shooting, right? Yeah. Not only because it's affecting the way we're able to shoot the ball, but that's a foul, especially when it's below the waistline. And so if I'm Southeast, what I'm trying to do actually, if we don't score here, I'm going to get Van Dak out of the game. Where Southeast runs into trouble is when he gets too aggressive and gets a cheap foul, which leads to 2, 3, then he's in foul trouble.
23-22, Gretna with the lead after the Cade Cook layup. Now, they did something really, really smart, Gretna, that is, on that offensive possession last time out. They forced Van Dak to come out to the top of the key and guard the perimeter, which opens up the paint a whole lot when you don't have a 6'9" guy.
Yeah, we're talking about spacing, in and out. Great in and out there by Van Dak to the pitching it out to Mari Schumacher. 3-pointer, just a little bit out. 4 seconds left. 3
to Pekorski. 3
man
ball.
Down.
Got it!
There goes that man. There he is. I don't know what you call him. I call him from way down there. Landon Pekorski from way downtown. Bang! Hello. Hey, that one from 32 feet. I don't care. I usually don't get height. Hey, when it doesn't, hey, Nick, this is how it used to be when I used to shoot, man. When it goes through the hoop and it doesn't even touch the net, that's when you do the Steph Curry look away.
And you just had a feeling that one was going to go. When he released it over the top of Dak, you just had a feeling.
Here's the difference for you high school and middle school kids out there.
Yeah.
When you are a well-conditioned athlete and you're a jump shooter, when a guy that's 6'9" with an 8-foot wingspan, you just get it in your slot, jump shot, it doesn't matter. So most kids are set shooters with a half jump shot. He's a full-fledged jump shooter that gets better as the game goes. So now if I'm Joey Werning, I wouldn't. You remember last week when we did Sydney or those type of games when they went to a little bit of a box and one? If I'm Joey Werning, I'm going to think about switching the defense up. Give them a little bit taste of their own medicine, right? We got 2 big guys, right? And Wade Voss and Van Dak. A little bit of a 3-2 zone, a little bit of a matchup zone, maybe a little bit of a box and one. We have got to slow them down because what's going to start happening possibly is Southeast start to guess, start to get in foul trouble, give up a couple easy layups. The next thing you know, you're rushing on offense. So look, we got a great game here, 26-22. If I'm Joey Werning, I'm speaking patience. Look, we're going to be in this thing until the end of the game. If I'm Gretna, I'm saying that's how we're supposed to play. We don't need to live and die by the 3. We'll take the 3 because we're a good shooting team. We have to do a better job, essentially be more aggressive on the inside, what Cade Cook has done. I am going to challenge Jeffrey Rozelle to give me more on the offensive end and the defensive end. And then if you do those 2 things, the best team will win. 4 points, as we've seen, is not a big deal. And so right now, you're right where you think you should be. Gretna thinks they have momentum. Southeast thinks we got momentum. All we have to do is adjust. The best team is going to win here in 2 quarters.
26-22 at the break between Gretna and Lincoln Southeast. The Dragons up by 4 on the Knights here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. We'll be back with more thoughts from the halftime show right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements.
At Doane University, you can play a sport you love and also receive a world-class education. You'll learn leadership skills on and off the court that will set you up for success long after graduation. Doan isn't a place where you get lost. It's a place to get found, and it's a place where your future is uniquely yours. Learn more about the endless possibilities at Doan University today at doan.edu.
Basketball fans know assists are crucial to winning. The skill of setting up others is an art, and one Nebraskan team that takes art to a new level is Platte Valley Equipment. Their team always sets you up for land care success with sound advice and John Deere equipment. Platte Valley also always delivers low monthly payments. That's one assist, that's a slam dunk. Visit PlatteValleyEquipment.com today, proud sponsor of the 2023 NSAA Boys and Girls High School State Basketball Tournament.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Hey, Joe, check out my new ride. Pretty awesome, huh?
Whoa, that's a sweet convertible. You didn't, win this on a game show, right?
Nope, this is all me and my pals at Members Own Credit Union.
Oh, yeah, they're the people with the great auto loan rates.
And right now, everyone who transfers or gets a new auto loan has the chance to win a $1,000 gas gift card, too.
Well, you know what this means.
Road trip! Fuel your adventure with an auto loan from Members Own. Restrictions apply. Go to membersowncu.org for details.
What does continuing education mean to you? At Southeast Community College, it means helping you advance. Whether that's a certification to help your current career or learning an entirely new career in healthcare, trades and industry, or computers and technology, SCC can help you take the next step. Financial assistance is available too. Learn more about our continuing ed classes at southeast.edu/continuing education. SCC, your path to personal and professional development.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Spring is here. Time to make your backyard a vacation spot all year long. Above grounds as low as $27 per month. Stealth semi in-ground pool starting at $99.99. Cash and carry hot tubs like Celtic and Pure Spa as low as $43 per month with approved credit. Luxury spas from Bullfrog, Wellness, and Stealth starting at $73.99. In-ground from $39.99. Spring is here. Supreme Spa and Pool.com.
High school basketball fans, take a trip over to the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame while you're in town for state hoops. Admission is free, and it's a great way to learn about some of the greatest athletes and teams to come out of the state, from recently to over 100 years ago in all sports. Learn more about names like Gale Sayers, Johnny Rogers, Bob Gibson, Tom Osborne, and more. Open Wednesday through Friday from 1 to 4 p.m. It's the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, just north of Haymarket Park at 500 Charleston Street.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
At Mosaic, we build a caring company for the people we serve in our workforce. You can be a part of it. Mosaic supports people with intellectual and developmental disabilities and other diverse needs to choose where they live, with whom they live, and how they spend their days. That is empowering. Do you know someone who could use that type of support? You could become a shared living provider and work from home, or help support people to be active in the community. To learn more, visit mosaicinfo.org. That's MOSAICINFO.org.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Nick Sander, Jay Foreman back with you at halftime of a game that features a 4-point Gretna lead, 26-22. Lincoln Southeast trails. Once again, Gretna the 3 seed, Southeast the 6 seed. Jay, in the second half, what's Southeast got to do?
Southeast got to do is what they did early in the game is mess up the rhythm in the spacing of the Gretna offense and make them shoot hard shots. Now they're doing a good job of bodying guys when they're shooting it, but they can't rely on that because I'm sure Gretna Dragons coaching staff is reminding the rest of it. So what they need to do is implore their size, their length, their aggressiveness with no let up, because they have to understand with 3 really good guards that get the ball up the court, they push it when they have it, pull it out, all of them can shoot it. You can't lollygag back on defense. Now what Southeast has to do offensively is continue to be smart, be efficient, inside, outside game. Voss and BD have been destroying them inside. They have neutralized Roselle to the point of where he's not been a factor, so they have to continue along it. They cannot get caught up in scoreboard watching. And what I mean by that, Nick, okay, say you're down by 6. Well, I got to shoot a 3. Well, now we're down by 8. Well, now I got to drive, throw up a shot. Next thing you know, we're down by 10, and not everybody touches the ball. If I'm Jordan, I'm going to say, look, it's a big game. They got a little bit more experience than us. We're right in this game. We just got to have to continue to do what we did to get the lead, and that's share the ball, push it when we have it, crash the boards, be active, and be long, right? So they're really, really sitting what I like to call, Nick, with house money. You got Bengat Dak with 0 fouls. Yeah. Wade Voss with 1. I'm telling them dudes, anything that's going up around the rim, send it. Yeah. Just like John Thompson told Patrick Ewing. Any shot around the rim, I want it out of the lane. And the reason why, Gretna's playing with a lot of confidence shooting the basketball, driving to the rim. I want it off the backboard. Then I want my guards to get it, and I want to actually jam it down Gretna's throat, try to get them in foul trouble, make them go to the bench because we feel like we got a deeper bench.
Once again, score at the half, 26-22. Gretna leads by 4. We're less than a minute from getting ready for this one. Great student sections on hand for both Gretna.
Oh yeah, look at Southeast Knights there with a huge flag.
So Lincoln Southeast, I don't know if your eyeballs picked up on this, Jay. Mm-hmm. It was blackout in the first half for Lincoln Southeast, and now it's whiteout. Everybody switched. Everybody switched.
Well, the power of the school mass text to all the students, led by not only the coaching staff but the administrator. That's pretty cool. Come in with a black T-shirt. And everybody's participating and has the white, and they have a huge flag. Yeah. The only one we've seen all weekend. And look, man, I think Southeast is going to start with the ball. Same starters. There shouldn't be any angst. We're right in this game. It's going to be a dogfight. When you're in the state tournament, I know we've had some blowouts earlier in Class A, but you got to go take it.
Yeah.
Because teams are going to play to the end. So you got to go take it. Gretna wants it. You want it. Who wants it more? And we have to want it the right way. We can't go out there and try to be individual. We got to play team basketball.
Would you be creative enough to coordinate a swap like that Southeast student section just did?
I have a hard time matching clothes. That's why I wear the same thing every day. So
I can tell you that.
I doubt I'd be able to do it. I'd probably forget one of them.
Jay takes off his black shirt, thinking that he's got a white shirt.
Yep, it'll be just a black shirt.
Shirtless Jay Foreman.
You're right. And that is not a good sight.
I was like, wait a minute. I just thought I took my black shirt off.
Yeah, that is not a good sight.
It's Shoemaker, top of the key, left side Dak. Entry pass, kicked out. Tamor, 3 ball. Got it.
There you go. See, it's all set up by the inside-outside game. Yep. Southeast isn't a three-point shooting team, but they're a better three-point shooting team when they have open shots. Taymor with a big three to start the second half. Tremendous confidence coming out of halftime with a great offensive series there for Southeast Knights.
Pekorski entry pass to Roselle at the perimeter now on the lane. Great take by Roselle, just unable to get the finish. Gets the offensive rebound and the putback back in
more excitement
for Roselle.
Again, what we talked about, right? Am I a prophet or should I be a coach? I said I'm challenging you, Roselle, to be more aggressive. The first time, Schumacher for three. Does he answer the call? Hello, we're here. Hello, the phone was ringing. Man down, 28-28. Southeast said, listen here. We're the Southeast Golden State Warriors. We can shoot the three. We can shoot the three with anybody.
So here is Pekorski, top of the key. Left side, Wilcoxon thought about popping the tray, but 6'9" Dak is right there. Now crosses him over, kicks it out. Wilkins, spin move, back out. He traveled.
Oh, I see. BD got his ankles broken, but he's feeling it right there. Hey, listen here. Southeast offense is a lot better when they play inside out. Dump it in. You saw him double T Wade Voss, back to BD, kick it open to Taymor, right? Up the sideline, secondary break, open three for Schumacher. Here he comes again. Is he dialing it up? No, he decides not. I like the patience. Wade Voss got it stolen there by Pekorski.
And now we have a jump ball.
Possession arrow to Gretna. Right. Now, it was a kind of a delayed double team there, and then Pekorski went there, and he's a strong player. So when he gets in there, he's trying to rip it out of there. So the double team came a little delayed. Wade Voss has to get it out there, anticipate it, then he'll get it right back. So what you have to do at Southeast, if you get it back out, don't be afraid to dump it back in. It's not just one time dump it in there and then keep it outside. Dump it in there a couple times and see how much Gretna wants to play defense inside the paint.
So Wilcoxon with it, top of the key. We got a tie ball game and pass taken away, and it's knocked away by Dak, taken away by Wade Voss.
Great defense by Southeast. Good idea by Gretna. Not very good execution. Tried to get a backdoor cut, but the length of Southeast has allowed Schumacher for two straight threes. Southeast said, you know what? We don't want no more dunks. Yeah. We're just shooting threes. Shooting threes.
It's a 3-point night lead, 31-28. Roselle with it on the perimeter. Entry pass. Cade Cook caught that one really deep. If you're Dak, you got to get him up there.
Look, Gretna, didn't panic. Said, you know what? We're going to do a little bit of a inside-out game on you. You've been beating us. Now we got Cade Cook and Roselle in there. Now BD is trying to flex his muscle on Cade Cook to let him know, look, we're a three-point shooting team. I ain't start dunking yet. Tried to bump him off of there. The referee said, look, you're getting a little frisky there. Settle down, young man.
Top of the key. Here's Smolinski to Wilcoxon. And we have a foul down low on Wade Voss.
Roselle right there has came out this second half. Like I said, I might not be a prophet. I just love high school basketball. So Coach Brad Feakin said, listen, Jay, what do I need to do when I went in there, right, to get me a little water? I said, listen, you got to challenge Roselle. I want you to be aggressive. And that's what he's done. Strong post up. Now he's going to the hoop.
Roselle
kicking it back in. Oh,
great
right
hesitation
there it is.
by Roselle.
That was a little bit of a Keem Olajuwon a la dream shake against David Robinson. Now it's a 1-point lead there. Look, Gretna's extending their 1-3-1 zone because Southeast has done a good job.
And now Pekorski takes it away. It's a 2-on-1 break.
Cook.
Oh, one-hand flush.
Hello. Slam, bam, alakazam. Here comes Taymor. This is an exciting game, folks. I don't know where yet. Here we go. Oh, hell no. Big BD. Alley-oop, Taymor. Bring the house down one time.
He said we can do better than Cade Cook's one-handed slam, and we're going to throw an alley-oop from the perimeter.
What you can do, I can do it better. Sing it with me. What you can do, I can do it better. Bang got that. BD is letting everybody know in the state, I am that man. Okay, you throw it anywhere above the rim, I am bringing the house down. Oh, no, trying to go.
Dak in the lane. Layup good.
We got a heat check. BD crossed him up with the little Julius Irving finger roll. Oh, yeah. Then they got the bench up there doing the – what are they doing there? Did the Euro step or did he call it? 32-35. Lincoln Southeast is taking control. Did you got to turn down my mic?
I had to because it was red. It was flashing red on here. I was like, that means you're hot.
We're
You're
running
hot.
It's heat check. Both teams came out of halftime ready to go. So we're here to battle here. I like this right here.
Here's Roselle.
Late at night. Get up at night, baby. We here.
Roselle working on Dak. This is the matchup. Dak gets beat.
Roselle said I'm here. Roselle, ladies and gentlemen, it is pure pandemonium right down here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Pandemonium. Roselle said,
Tamor, three.
Answer the call. Tamor said I'm here. Hello? Yes, I'm here. Tamor, Mari Schumacher. We ain't just a fast-breaking team. We're a three-point shooting team.
No. Wilcoxon to Roselle, top of the key to Pekorski. It's 38-34. Pekorski kicks it out. Smolinski right in front of us. Now Pekorski on the left wing. Dribbles right side.
Go high pick and roll.
Now Cade Cook to Pekorski. Three ball on the way. No good. Rebound's going to go right into us.
Oh, good rebound there, Nick. Good defensive rebound.
You see that? Just,
the ref even laughing at you.
He gave me a head nod. He gave me a head nod.
He said that was suspect at best because you almost fell over.
I almost tipped my chair.
Ladies and
I thought
gentlemen,
for a second I thought I got a round of applause from the fans.
You're right. 93.7 the ticket. It is pure pandemonium
here.
This is Gretna Dragons, Lincoln Southeast. Tamor, BJ Bradford. He has 2 threes. Mari Schumacher has 2 threes. Tamor has an answer to call 3, which is equivalent of 3. Here we go.
Dang Geets in the corner. Now BJ Bradford on the left wing, cross court. Tamor, he hit one from that area code.
Here we go. Giving
now
it to
Dak on the elbow. Dak looking. There's 7 seconds on the clock.
Tamor,
three ball.
Again.
Just a little short. Rebound
Good
corralled
rebound
by Wilcoxon.
Here we go.
Here comes Pekorski. Gretna down by 4 to a trailing Wilcoxon at the top of the key. Back to Pekorski on the right wing. Back to Wilcoxon. He'll drive, now pull out, and back it out to the perimeter. To the right side, Pekorski. Pekorski to Wilcoxon. Trifecta on the way. Bounces out, and Hilkeman grabs the miss. Here comes Tamor across the timeline to Geet.
Dang, is he going to pull it?
No.
To BJ Bradford.
Bradford now left wing. BJ Bradford cross court. Hilkeman thought about the long 2, dumps it down low to Van got Dak. He'll have to back it out to the perimeter. Now stops, cross-court pass. Geet, 3 ball, go! Rims out. And Pekorski gets the defensive rebound.
If I am Gretna, I'm pushing the pace. Van got Jack looked like he's breathing heavy. I'm trying to push the pace. Roselle, I push. Let's see, you got him out there. You're going to take him off the dribbles. You're going to continue to be aggressive.
So here's Pekorski. Gretna down by 4, 38-34. Pekorski stops. Great find to Roselle on the doorstep.
Roselle. Look, it might be telepathy or it might just be a 5-hour energy. He went into the locker room. It came out like a whole nother man. Timeout, Joey Warning. It is pandemonium here. It is a packed house. Okay, in the first level of Pinnacle Bank Arena, Gretna Dragons, Lincoln Southeast Knights, the Running Knights are putting on a show. The first 3 games have been a blowout, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Right? 6 great teams. These two teams here are going at it back and forth. A 2-point game. Lincoln Southeast has control.
We got to take a timeout.
We do?
We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Fun.
We got to pay for commercials. We got to pay for the broadcast. We'll take a 30-second breather right here on the ticket.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right.
We are back here. 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. 38-36, Lincoln Southeast leads by 2. The 6th seed, the Knights, going up against the 3 seed, the Gretna Dragons. It'll be Southeast basketball out of the timeout. Oh, catching our breath for a moment.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is one of the best third quarters so far of this state tournament. Gretna is standing that extended 1-3-1 zone. Look, BJ Bradford picked up his dribble, which actually plays to the defense's strength.
He'll come in back to Bradford on the left side. BJ Bradford Now looking for help, finds Shoemaker in the bottom. Now back to Bradford. Got the shot fake, takes a couple dribbles, pulls up, jumper way off. Offensive board, he'll come in. And we're gonna have they're gonna say he stepped out of bounds on the baseline.
Again, a little bit. The first time that we've seen Southeast come out of a timeout or a delay with a little bit of a junky offensive series, and so they didn't get the shot that they wanted. B.J. Bradford, kind of a fadeaway, mid-range, falling away from the hoop, air ball. Jake Hickelman again has not had one play for him called all year. Johnny on the spot, just a little bit. His foot was just a little bit out of bounds. Now Gretna has the ball, trying to tie it up.
So here's Pekorski, right side. Now Wilkins in the far corner. Crosses over. Layup good off the glass. We got a tie ball game with 54 to play.
That was good. I don't think Wilkins hadn't been aggressive either. So it was between him and Roselle. I'm talking to him at halftime. You're here for a reason. You played a lot of basketball. Yep. We believe on you. Want to be aggressive. Both players need to be aggressive to take the pressure off of Pekorski. And now look at Southeast.
I was going to say off the miss. Rebound being tipped around. It's saved in bounds. Bounces it, trying to hit it off of a Knight player. Now kicks it out. Hillcommit, three ball. No good. And Roselle clears the miss.
Now Gretna is into the break.
Here's Wilkins driving, bounce passes it to Cade Cook, kicks it out. Pekorski, wide three. No good. And Geek gets the rebound.
We are in a track meet.
2-on-2 break. Taymor, spin move. Floater, no good.
We are in a track meet. Here we go.
Gets the miss.
Gretna and Southeast, we're running together.
Alec Wilkins in the lane. Gets it knocked, saved in bounds, and right to Pekorski. Pekorski, top of the key, Wilcoxon. 3 seconds on the game clock. Wilkins in the lane to Cook. Three ball at the horn. No good.
Here we are.
And at the end of the third quarter.
This is do or die Brooklyn, New York.
We're all knotted up.
We're in Lincoln, Nebraska. 38-38.
Yeah.
Excitement in the air.
We got to take a 60-second timeout. We'll be back. Yes, we do.
This ain't fair.
Right? 60-second timeout. We'll be right back.
Like
on the ticket.
I got to start doing online.
At Doane University, you can play a sport you love and also receive a world-class education. You'll learn leadership skills on and off the court that will set you up for success long after graduation. Doane isn't a place where you get lost. It's a place to get found, and it's a place where your future is uniquely yours. Learn more about the endless possibilities at Doane University today at doane.edu.
Basketball fans know assists are crucial to winning. The skill of setting up others is an art, and one Nebraskan team that takes art to a new level is Platte Valley Equipment. Their team always sets you up for land care success with sound advice and John Deere equipment. Platte Valley also always delivers low monthly payments. That's one assist, that's a slam dunk. Visit PlatteValleyEquipment.com today, proud sponsor of the 2023 NSAA Boys and Girls High School State Basketball Tournament.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Game of all games.
Oh, this is not your turn to talk, Jake.
Okay, go ahead. My bad.
Welcome back in. Pinnacle Bank Arena, start of the fourth quarter. 38-38. Gretna and Lincoln Southeast.
Go. Here we go.
We're going to have to turn down Jay Foreman's microphone just a little bit more. See, we're all quiet. Taymor with a three. Too short. Rebound tipped around a couple times. Saved. Dak. Finish.
Good finish by Bangkok. That good job by Taymor. Knew his shot was off, finished it, got it to him. Great assist. That's the little things that help you win games like this.
Update on the Nebraska game, 28-23. Huskers are trailing Minnesota as we have a foul here at PBA on the Knights, who lead 40-38 against the Gretna Dragons.
This is going to go down to the wire. Two competitive teams, two teams that want it. This is what it's about right here.
Inbound underneath their own bucket. They get it into Wilkins in the paint. Can't hang it onto it. And Hillcommit takes it away for Lincoln Southeast. And Feakin, the head coach, is not happy. Dak, three ball. Got it! Ben got Dak.
He's letting everybody know I'm here. I am that man.
43-38. 7:16 to play. Fourth quarter between 3-seed Gretna and 6-seed Lincoln Southeast. The Knights lead 43-38.
Secondary break
now,
three.
Wilcoxon to Pekorski on the top of the key. Left side, Wilcoxon working on Schumacher. He drives. Wilcoxon in lane, stops. Short on the floater, gets his own miss. Goes up with it, gets it swatted. And Roselle in traffic is going to be called for a jump ball, and it will go to the Dragons.
Yeah, great defense there. Wade Voss has to be a little hesitant to swipe down so hard on the ball.
Yeah.
They're letting a lot of contact go, but refs usually call it when you go with the hammer time swap.
So inbound for Gretna underneath their bucket. They get it out top on the right side to Wilcoxon. Now top of the key, Wilkins hands it back off to Wilcoxon. Gets picked up by Tay Moore. Looking for help, finds Pekorski, top of the key. Takes a jab step, fakes the jab step, now crosses over. Pekorski in the corner, 3-ball, Wilcoxon off to the left, and Roselle chases down the offensive rebound. So here is Smolinski, right side. Wilkins in the lane, can't hang on to it, got it knocked away, takes a dribble.
And one.
And we're going to have a foul, or excuse me, a timeout called by Brad Feakin. Let's take a 60-second breather. We'll be right back on 93.7 The Ticket.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back here at PBA, Landon Pekorski converts on a layup, so it's 43-40. Lincoln Southeast with a 3-point lead in the basketball. Dak, and now we have a timeout called by Joey Warning. It's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we'll go ahead and keep it right here. Update on Nebraska basketball. The Huskers trail by 7, 30-23 right now with just a couple minutes remaining in the first half. Derek Walker picked up 2 fouls with a little bit over 6 minutes to go. And so Wilhelm Breidenbach and Ole Koyanets are having to play some big minutes with Blaze Cade out.
Minnesota has been playing really well, the last few weeks, even though they got beat by Nebraska pretty handily at home.
Yeah.
Ever since that loss, they've been giving people fits, and Dawson Garcia has been on a heater here. And so they're trying to find their rhythm late in the season. We know what that looks like, so Nebraska's going to have to battle back.
6:01 to play, fourth quarter, 43-40. Southeast basketball, Dak to inbound. They get it into Schumacher. He has it top of the key. No look pass, far corner to Taymor. Decided not to pull up the three. Wade Voss trying to get position down low on Cade Cook, unable to do so. Now they'll set a screen left side, get Taymor on Cade Cook. Entry pass working on Rosella's Voss, and he throws it near corner. 3-ball way long. Did you think that pass was going to go to the block? I didn't see him. I didn't see who was it. I thought that was going way out of bounds. Yeah. Here comes Gretna down by 3. It's just a one-possession ball game. Here's Wilcoxon to Pekorski. 3-ball, Pekorski got it. We are all knotted up.
Southeast has to be careful. That could have been a 3-and-1. When you ride guys low like that, you set yourself up for and-1 or shooting foul.
Into Voss. He gets it stripped away, and we're going to have a foul called on the Gretna Dragons with 5:07 to play in the fourth. All knotted up here, 43.
It was a good job by Southeast coming back after the game getting tied by a deep 3 by Burkowski to come back and get right into it, right? Got it the ball to the corner, quick pass to the short corner. Wade Voss was trying to get something going to the rim, forced Gretna to burn a foul.
Inbound for Hilkeman. Now right side is going to be Taymor into the corner. Schumacher, wide open 3. Missed everything on that one. Rebound tipped around, and Voss comes around with the miss. Schumacher not going to shoot that time, and now here's Tay Moore near the timeline. 4:52 to play. 43-43 between Southeast and Gretna. Right side, Schumacher drives baseline on Roselle. Cross court, Hilkeman driving in the lane, stops, floater, rims around and down, and it's back to a 2-point Southeast lead.
Strong move by Jake Hilkeman right there. Great patience by Southeast on the offensive end. 2 different times, Schumacher or Hilkeman could have actually shot a 3.
So now Pekorski in the lane takes the contact. Dak gets the defensive rebound.
That was
up the floor. Hilkeman, perfect
around.
pass. Hilkeman gets fouled and loses the basketball.
Wow.
And it's going to be.
That's a turn of events. Great drive by Perkowski. BD with a lot of body on the drive, not only by BD at the end, Tay Moore before he got to the lane. No call by the ref, left it a little short. Southeast immediately into the fast break. Jake Hilkeman on the run out, forced Gretna to foul him on the shot.
Hilkeman at the line, first free throw, no good.
Southeast has struggled tonight from the free throw line, and that's something to maybe start to really think about if I'm a Gretna Dragon coaching staff, who to foul, and if Southeast can make free throws if the game gets really, really tight.
4:22 to play, fourth quarter, 45-43. Lincoln Southeast with one more free throw.
An interesting point here. Joy Warning took out Tay Moore, who has been controlling the tempo all game long from scoring, assists, defensively. Let's see how long he keeps him on the bench because Tay Moore has really, really done a good job for the Southeast Knights.
So here's Pekorski with Gretna down by 3. Pekorski across the timeline on the right side. Takes a double screen between Roselle and Wilcoxon. Now right side, Pekorski out to Wilcoxon on the right wing. Wilcoxon working on Schumacher, and he's going to be fouled by Mari Schumacher. That is going to be Southeast's 4th team foul.
Right,
it'll stay with Gretna.
Southeast likes to play a high-pressure defense, especially with their guards. Very handsy, very physical. As this game goes on, these last 4 minutes and 2 seconds, they're going to seem like 20 minutes, so you have to be cognizant of who you foul and where you foul, and don't pick up a lot of fouls because Gretna has shown the ability to make free throws.
Cade Cook on the right side. Now Pekorski, entry pass, and he's going to be fouled by
5.
behind. To number 2, BJ Bradford. That will be number 2.
Yeah, it might be.
Should be number 3.
Yeah,
on BJ Bradford.
And Tay Moore is back in the game for Mari Schumacher. He's keeping BJ Bradford in the game. So there, Joy Warning said, "Look, Tay Moore. You're just going to get a quick breather. We need you right back in the game."
Inbound to Roselle in the far corner. Now right side. Here's Wilcoxon, and we have a officials timeout as they have to adjust the shot clock because it did not start counting down. So what they'll probably do is take about 4 seconds off the clock here and give it a sideline inbound, or maybe 5, just even 5 on there. We have the Jeopardy theme song, so they're going to put it at 31. Sideline inbound right in front of the Gretna bench. So Pekorski to inbound. They get it into Roselle. Now left side, here's Cade Cook, who's been playing some big minutes for Gretna here. Roselle entry pass to Wilcoxon in the lane in traffic. Layup no good, but he is fouled, and he'll go line to shoot 2.
That is huge. Now, look, when we started to talk about the fouls for Lincoln Southeast, it was at 4 minutes and 2 seconds. They haven't had a possession, so therefore Gretna's had the ball for 28 seconds, and Southeast has picked up 3 fouls. Now they're at 16 fouls, right? And Lincoln Southeast only has 2 timeouts. Gretna has 2 team fouls, right? And the clock is not running. The clock is Southeast's friend. So now it's sooner or later, Gretna is going to be able to get back into this game or perhaps take a lead if Southeast continues to foul.
Offensive rebound off the missed free throw, and we're all tied.
Roselle said, "Let's go." Look, Roselle, man, I apologize, my brother. You were sleepwalking in the first half. He has played like a lion in the second half.
So here we are with Lincoln Southeast. Schumacher almost got his pocket pick from behind, knocked out of bounds by Wilcoxon. Last touch by Gretna at the half from Chicago. Nebraska trails by 4 to Minnesota.
Okay, so now Cade Cook is out, who's played big minutes. He must have really improved because in the first game he didn't play at all.
Yeah.
So he must have really stuck with it. And then his size, I think, has really allowed him to get it. But he played some big minutes. He's been really active.
So here's Hilkeman on the right wing, top of the key near the logo. Left side, Taymor. Inside, Van Gogh Dak. We're all knotted up at 46. Hilkeman, right side, Schumacher. 3 ball on the way. Offensive rebound, Voss, put back good.
Right. Good job right there by Lincoln Southeast, continuing to work inside out, which has allowed Wade Voss to.
Wilcoxon gets his shot block, gets it back. Shot clock does not reset, but plenty of time. Still over 20 seconds on the possession. Now Wilcoxon on the left wing right in front of us. Wilcoxon splits the 2 defenders, cross court. Wilkins, 3 ball in the lead, you betcha.
Right. I mean, Southeast did a really good job of trying to focus on Perkowski. Taymor
now Taymor in the lane, takes the contact, finishes. No whistle, so it's just a 1-point Lincoln Southeast lead.
Look, it was a good push the ball. He felt like he had an advantage. Had the Gretna defender on their heels, which is a little odd considering you only have 2 team fouls. You could actually stop the fast break. You're within 2 minutes. Gretna plays pretty disciplined defense.
Yeah. Pekorski step back. Now back to Wilcoxon. Back to Pekorski. Cross court out. Wilkins for a second straight 3. Just a little too strong, and Dak gets tied up, and he's going to get fouled. Van Gogh Dak got number 22, Smolinski's arm underneath his, and kind of was chicken winged with and just held up on that defensive rebound. But look who's coming back in, Cade Cook.
Yep. Alex Wilkins had an open shot, looked like it was going down, just barely missed. Tried to follow a shot, tried to stop the break. Look, that foul right there wasn't a bad foul. That's actually the foul you'd like to see Gretna take on that fast break by Taymor, where essentially he went 1-on-5.
Inbound here to Hilkeman, back to Dak, left side, Taymor. They're still in the backcourt, back to Dak now.
A bit of full court, 1-2-2 pressure.
Now they get it up the floor to Schumacher, steps back, reverses angles in the lane. Schumacher shot fake, nowhere to go. Now Hilkeman 3, too strong. Rebound goes out of bounds, saved, and it will be Gretna basketball.
Gretna basketball. Good shot there. Good open shot.
Pekorski in the lane, stops, puts up the shot, and the Gretna Dragons have a 1-point lead, 51-50.
Southeast has got to continue to play the way they've been playing. You can't sit there and try to play perfect under pressure. You're down by 1 minute, 25 seconds left. This is what you do right here.
Here's Taymor to Shoemaker in the far corner. He drives, floater off to the left, and Pekorski cleans up the miss. 1:13 to play, fourth quarter.
Now down to foul now, right? You got 30 seconds on the shot clock. Gretna does not have to speed up. They got 3 really good foul shooters. They got the 2 guys right there, Perkowski and Smolinski, 2 guys that they feel really good. Or Smolinski's going to come in, and actually Wilcoxon, 2 really good foul shooters, and trying to get a 3rd one in.
Pekorski takes the contact, no good. Rebound being knocked around, and Pekorski gets it to Wilcoxon for a 3. Got it!
Wilcoxon knocked down 3. Here comes
54-50. Taymor right side. Now to Dak. Gretna on their feet. Dak in the lane. In the shot. No good. Too strong offensive board. Voss out top. Taken away by Wilcoxon. And he will be fouled.
Wow, that was a great change of events. They forced Gretna, Southeast forced Gretna into a little bit of a hard shot. They had it kind of like a little bit of a ping pong there.
Yeah.
Came out. Then Perkowski passed it to his buddy, his partner in crime, his Batman to his Robin, Robin to his Batman. And guess what he did? You know what he did.
What did he do?
Step in 3, hand down, man down. Mama, there goes that man.
First free throw good for Wilcoxon.
Wilcoxon, the step in 3, half transition. I'm going to tell you this, Nick. Here's a little basketball secret. Anytime you get an offensive rebound, I want to knock down 3. If you watch NBA, college, and now you see Gretna. Reason why is because everybody chases the ball underneath the hoop, and it's a set 3.
Up the floor, Bradford, 3 ball on the way. Rims out, defensive board, Smolinski, and he's going to get fouled with 20.8 on the clock.
Gretna has pulled away here late. This is one of the best basketball games I've seen in the quarterfinal state tournament. But let me tell you something. It was led by Roselle. Roselle was a non-factor. His plus-minus was -100 in the first half. But the young man went into the locker room, got his mind right, and played up to his potential. Great. We talk about Smolinski. We're talking about Wilcoxon. We'll talk about Perkowski. They're the known factors.
Yeah.
Cade Cook, Roselle, Wilkins.
Missed free throw, but now Bangott Dak takes it away. Dak got plunked, and now we're going to have a foul, and Dak got plunked in the mouth, so he's going to walk off the floor, and with 14 seconds to go, Landon Pekorski going to the line.
Right. When you think about the I guess the superstars or the known players of the Gretna Dragons, right? You think of Smolenski, Korkowski, Wilcoxon, Roselle and Wilkins were a little bit, especially Roselle was not a factor in the first half. Wilkins played really good D in the first half, but what did he do in the second half? They both became more aggressive. Roselle came right out of halftime and became aggressive and really got them going. Then Wilkins hit a big three, a big baseline drive. Then that allowed Cade Cook to continue to play hard. Those three players won this game for Gretna.
Yep.
And it doesn't show up in the stat sheet. It shows up in effort, execution.
Taymor connects on the three. Excuse me, Jay.
And it shows up in the leadership that they're able to have throughout this whole team. It's a young team. Coach Brad Feakin has challenged his players. They all met that challenge.
Let's take a 30-second timeout as Southeast takes a full one. We'll be right back on the ticket.
Hey, Joe, check out my new ride. Pretty awesome, huh?
Whoa, that's a sweet convertible. You didn't win this on a game show, right?
Nope, this is all me and my pals at Members Own Credit Union.
Oh yeah, they're the people with the great auto loan rates.
And right now, everyone who transfers or gets a new auto loan has the chance to win a $1,000 gas gift card too.
Well, you know what this means.
Road trip. Fuel your adventure with an auto loan from Members Own. Restrictions apply. Go to membersowncu.org for details.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Nick Sander, Jay Foreman back with you. Final 7.6 seconds left in this one. Gretna, by all accounts, is going on to the state semis to play Miller North. That's a really fun matchup.
Yeah, it is. I mean, the opposites attract, right? You got a team like Miller North that came out in that first game hot from three. The energy was infectious. Then where you got Gretna, the excellence of execution, physical, inside-outside game. I'll tell you what, if Gretna gets a game like they did tonight from Cade Cook, Alec Wilkins, Miller North is in trouble.
We instantly have a foul on the inbound pass as Will Coxon will go to the line to shoot.
Well, you're only down by 7 or 6.4 seconds left. So what you're thinking is that, I don't know if you remember, Nick, if you're too young, Reggie Miller against the New York Knicks in the playoffs, he scored 9 points a la courtesy of Spike Lee, making him mad. So you can get them to miss, get it down there, quick three. They do have a timeout, steal it, another three. If they don't continue to add to this lead, you could actually hit 2 threes within 6.4 seconds and win the game.
First free throw good by Will Coxon. As Jay mentioned, 6.4 to go. Gretna leads by 6. I will say Bangott Dak went straight to the locker room as he walked off the floor.
Right.
Will Coxon's second free throw good as well. It's 60-53. Inbound pass, Schumacher up the floor. Taymor, he'll pull up. 3 ball on the way. Missed everything. And there it is. The Gretna Dragons are going to the state semifinals, and they'll have a matchup waiting for them against Miller North on Friday night at, I believe, 7:45 p.m. They beat the Lincoln Southeast Knights 60-53, and the Lincoln teams, the Capital City teams, go 0 for 3 and are all knocked out of the state tournament here in 2023.
Yeah, look, it was a great game. 2 well-coached teams. Well, it was an evenly matched up, but I think Gretna's experience of being in these big games on the big stage really paid dividends. And so Lincoln Southeast doesn't have anything to hold their head down about. They were a game opponent. Their big-name players played well. They just didn't have that extra oomph to get over the hump. And look, it's a learning experience for these players if they can have enough of these guys coming back to maybe make another state run. Look, learning how to play on the big stage, learning that every possession counts. Team basketball will beat individual basketball. And what you need to do is be able to, in the last 3 minutes, it's almost like the last 4 minutes going into a half or coming out of a half in football, it becomes extremely long. You have to learn how to play possession by possession. And that's where Gretna was able to get a kind of a ping pong offensive rebound with a 1-point lead. step in, Wilcoxon, knock down 3. Now you're down by 4. Actually, there was a minute left. You saw Southeast sped up, shot a shot, missed it. Now at the free throw line, then the lead's extended. Then it's just too much of a lead to overcome. But Lincoln Southeast played really well tonight. It was a really exciting game, obviously from Gretna and Southeast, back and forth. Amazing shooting, amazing effort. Both threes by Southeast, both dunks by Southeast, both threes and dunks by Gretna. But Gretna had a little bit more in the tank, but it was a great game nonetheless. And then Gretna has the work cut out for them. But better yet, I will say Millard North has their work cut out for them playing the Gretna team.
Once again, final score in this one, Gretna wins 60-53 against Lincoln Southeast. That'll do it for the Husker Hall of Famer Jay Foreman and Nick Sainer from Pinnacle Bank Arena. Day 1 of the boys tournament's complete. Make sure you tune in tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Carter Longy back on the call for a D2 matchup before we get the day started with D2 action and Class B going on tomorrow from Pinnacle Bank Arena. Nick Sander and Jay Foreman saying so long. Your final score, Gretna 60, Lincoln Southeast 53, right here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements.
At Doane University, you can play a sport you love and also receive a world-class education. You'll learn leadership skills on and off the court that will set you up for success long after graduation. Doane isn't a place where you get lost. It's a place to get found, and it's a place where your future is uniquely yours. Learn more about the endless possibilities at Doane University today at